Pencak Silat is a kind of traditional martial arts practiced by the Malays in Southeast Asia. It is widely believed that this martial arts type was originated in the 6th century in the vicinity of Sumatra and Java. The origin and history of Pencak Silat has long been a mystery. It can be traced back to as early as 600 years ago, when the East Indies was invaded by the Western great powers. Back then, the last king ordered all his people to bury their family heirlooms in the mountains and the ground. At the same time, he turned the arts of war, which were initially created for battles, into the arts of self-defense and passed it on to the people, hoping that they would be able to protect themselves. During the colonial era, all kinds of martial arts practices were forbidden. Pencak Silat had been concealed, and the ways of practicing this type of martial arts altered as a result. On the one hand, martial arts routines were integrated into music and dance. On the other, martial arts masters taught small classes in the nighttime and tucked away forests. Silat is the collective term for a class of indigenous martial arts from the Nusantara and surrounding geocultural areas of Southeast Asia. It's traditionally practiced in Brunei, Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, southern Thailand, southern Philippines, and southern Vietnam. There are hundreds of different styles, or we call it as aliran, and schools, perguruan, which tend to focus either on strikes, joint manipulation, weaponry, or some combination thereof. The word Silat is used by Malay-speakers countries throughout the Southeast Asia, but in further extent, the Silat martial art is officially called as Pencak Silat in Indonesia. The term Silat has been adopted globally in reference to professional competitive Silat for sport. Silat Melayu is one of the Silat styles. The term Silat Melayu, Malay Silat, was originally and still used in reference to the Silat system in Riau Archipelago and neighboring regions. Silat Melayu is often associated with fixed hand positions, low stances, and slow dance-like movements. While this generalization does not necessarily reflect the reality of Silat techniques, it has had a notable influence on the stereotypical way the art is portrayed in Brunei, Indonesia, Malaysia, and Singapore. Both Pencak Silat and Silat Melayu were recognized as a piece of intangible cultural heritage by UNESCO in December 2019. According to Malaysian source, the word Silat is said to originate from the Arabic word silah, meaning weapon, or silah meaning connection. The most popular theory, which in Malaysia, is that it derives from sekilat, meaning as fast as lightning. Other theories derive Silat from the Sanskrit sila, meaning morality or principle. In its proper usage in the languages of its origin, Silat is often a general term for any fighting style. Music in Silat. Music is used in Silat to determine the rhythm of a trainee's movements. This training aspect often simplistically seen as the performance known as pencha. These movements are often displayed during festivities such as weddings or royal installation. They can be done either solo or with a partner or in a group and are accompanied by the music played by a live band. Several traditional dances were influenced by Silat, such as the Inai dance in Malay Peninsula. In the Minangkabau area, Silat is one of the main components in the men's folk dance called Randai, besides Bakaba or storytelling and Saluang Jodendang, song and flute, while the music played during Silat performances is known as Gendang Baku in Malay Peninsula and Gendang Penca among the Sunda people of the West Java. The instruments vary from one region to another, but the gamelan, Javanese orchestra, gendang, traditional drum, suling or seruling, flute, and gong are common throughout the Southeast Asia. Gendang sometimes or the only instrument in Minang Silat of West Sumatra. The music from the northern part of the Malay Peninsula more closely resembles to Thai music. Types of Silat drums include the gendang ibu, the mother drum, and gendang anak, the child drum, the surunai or suruling, flute, which also comes in long and short variations, often classified as what makes Silat music its distinct sound. In addition to seemingly confusing as if the fighter is about to dance, Silat's hand movements are also used to give breath of time and space to the opponent to extend peace greetings like the move and angles of the attack, to stay up while luring the opponent. Silat's fundamental techniques mostly derive from the animal's act of nature that consists of tiger, monkey, crocodile and many more. As we can see, this act of nature is being implemented through various moves that represent Silat. Silat can be inherited through generations and we should uplift and preserve it. If not, Silat will be perished in the future. Silat is not just any martial art. Silat is an art that reaches with philosophy. In terms of Silat's attire, especially in Malaysia, usually the Malay use the traditional uniform, or we call it as baju Melayu. In addition, a sarong cloth will be worn by the practitioners, and they also inserted the keris or dagger on their waist as their weapon. The complete attire of Silat also includes the cloak or tanja, tied in different ways according to the rank and belief. They also wear a bengkong in the waist and then tied with bow or belt. The color of bengkong varies according to the rank of the practitioners. Today, a lot of books regarding Silat have been published out there, which includes the study on history of the Silat development and culture, which featured a comparative study of Silat martial art in the past with the modern one. Nowadays, Silat martial art is not only dominated by the Malays, but now has been accepted by other races around the world, as Silat is universal.